Okay, Division 4, everybody. Let's go. We got the Mafia in the house today. La Familia. I can't really make the accent, so sorry for that, but they go up against Impossible today, and we have Infernal Shrines, our first map. So this is Division 4 of Heroes Lounge. As mentioned in the past, Heroes Lounge is the European Amateur League. They had a little bit of a branch off in NA, but now that has been taken over by a different org that they worked with together. So now we're fully focusing here on the European side. By now they also established Division 1 Plus. I had a couple of the games on my channel already. And today we're heading into a live game, as you can see, because we got a draft. So again, if people sometimes ask, Khaldor, why did that game not have a draft? What happened? Why didn't you include it? Don't we see drafts anymore in the future? No. It's simply because some games are casted by replays. Replays don't include draft information. So Impossible are trying to make the Impossible today. Barreling down mid. And we got the Asmodan ban. Like, this is one of those heroes, you know, that gets banned out, and I didn't even have it on my radar, but the second that it gets eliminated, I'm just like, why did we get it? So we have Vala also eliminated. Now, obviously, when we're talking about Division 4, you're not really looking at the top teams that you will see in the Masters Clash, that you will see in the CCL or wherever. So what matters a lot in these situations is that you kind of know a little bit about your opponent, you know exactly what their preferences are, and you have to adjust your ban patterns according to that. You can't just simply go in and ban the heroes out that you see banned in every single Masters Clash game, because this is way more about preference picks. This is more about what the team is used to. Not everybody here has the time to just like practice combo after combo and have a deep hero pool. And you can see it reflected in some of the picks here from the get-go too. We're on Infernal Shrines, and one of the first thing that happens is we see Mephisto being picked. Now Sonya makes a whole lot of sense here, gets locked in right away, and she's obviously fantastic on the Shrines. She's a hero that you can see consistently banned or picked also on the high level play. The same is true for Cassia, who came in as a first pick for La Familia. And we got Jojo. Now Jojo has fallen off a little bit after the rework. She still adds a lot with the wave clear that she brings in on Infernal Shrines, so that's also a big one. We got Lucio together with his two. Lucio obviously is still played on a high level here. And yeah, with that, it's actually a pretty good start into the draft for them. They have a great damage dealer here. They have a bit of frontline control. Jojo can help them with a wave clear on the shrine and also on lane, even though she's not technically one of the top tanks anymore. What you see lately is a lot more Diablo play, by the way. So yeah, these days, especially after the Korean tournament and the high focus the Korean and Chinese players put on Diablo, on a lot of maps, even outside of Infernal Shrines, you see a lot more of him. Jojo has, as I mentioned, fallen off a little bit, but that doesn't mean that she is bad. And especially if you're playing as a team that is a bit more familiar with Jojo and her playstyle, that's obviously still going to be a solid pick for you. At the same time, we got Sylvanas already banned away as well. So once that you're locking in that Punisher, you can't push as aggressively anymore. Mei, another one. Good setup here. Great Mei games all around these days. Lauba started the trend a bit, and he was also the one who played it, I think, the first time in a highly competitive game on Infernal Shrines, and he destroyed. Like, he controlled the opponent from start to finish, and it was just amazing to see. We get Anduin together with that, so especially for Sonya, that's going to be a really nice tool. Whenever there is a problem, you can easily just like push the target out here. Okay, so we got Tychus too. That's always a big one on Infernal Shrines because of Odin. And we get Ragnaros. And since we are in Division 4, I gotta say that there's a chance we're gonna see the Lava Wave here. If you want to try and play the macro game a little bit more, there is a chance that it's gonna be a Lava Wave game. They don't have as much stun as you would normally want for good Sulfuros, but who knows, maybe he is just absolutely on point. And we get Greymane. Okay. Greymane and Mephisto as the damage dealers. Guys, we are set. Game number 1, Infernal Shrines. Let's make it happen. We have Impossible against La Familia. Game number 1, Infernal Shrines, everybody. Let's get the party going. We got on the left side the blue team, Blood Edge on Cassia, Firasa on Lucio, Terno on Ragnaros. We got Night Raven on Johanna and Bronzebeard on Tychus. Why is he not playing Muradin? Lost opportunity right there. Unfortunate. But level 1, the press the advantage. Hethane on Mei, starting us off on the right team side for Impossible. We got Theoden on Sonya, Mako on Anduin, Subzars on Greymane, and Titalis on Mephisto. Starting off with unyielding power here. A little bit reminiscent of what we've seen just recently in the Korean tournament, but we'll see if he follows up with this completely. Also, talking about the talents a little bit, on level 1 we got the Laws of Hope in. Now this is a perfect example of one of the talents that got changed recently. So as you can see right now, it's more of a quest that also focuses on the regeneration globes that you can get. And it's actually quite interesting because you can really increase that heal quite significantly. And as I mentioned during the draft, Jojo isn't really played a lot anymore on the top level play, but at least initially we saw her, for example, on Tomb of the Spider Queen, where you could try to get a lot of stacks together on this one and then really play around it a bit more. Press the Advantage is also going to make this interesting because it indicates that we're going to have more of a focus on an auto attack style from Tychus. But for at least the first few seconds, we're going to have the attack straight through the middle, as both of the teams are going for a little 5 versus 5 brawl. Also, very happy to see that our boy Ragnaros went straight into the engulfing flame here. With Thane sliding out, but he's still in trouble. They can't take him down though. Marco on Anduin is coming in and saving the rest of the boys here. Mephisto was in trouble there for just a second, and so was May, but he kept them alive. Sonya has split off to the top lane now, and Ragnaros is going to meet that in just a moment. And even in Division 4 here, as you can see, the typical 4-man rotation, but a bit more aggression as May is under attack again. Thane slides out and tries to control the choke point here. There's no follow-up from La Familia for now. But Sonya also needs to be a bit careful. With how aggressive the blue team is currently rotating, I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually are making their way to the top lane in an attempt to take her down as well. Now, of course, early game skirmishes are gonna help the blue team to stack Cassia a little bit further. She's currently sitting on 9 stacks here, and as I mentioned a bit earlier, when we're looking towards the quests here, we have to keep an eye also on Jojo and the level 1. But for the time being, it's all about the mercenary camp at the bottom of the map. Each team has taken their own Khazra camp after the camp spawned at the 1-minute mark. Again, the attack, and the pressure is definitely on from the blue team as they're moving in again. And the pressure is on May in particular. She's getting attacked here time and time again. Now, towards the first objective, it's gonna be interesting how much Mephisto can do here. With a bit of good positioning, he should be able to do a whole lot of work. Normally when you're seeing a Tychus setup, it's very dangerous towards the second objective when level 10 abilities hit and he can use Odin. But now it's the blue team that takes the camp at the bottom of the map. Level 4 talents are kicking in, and Tychus continues the auto attack style by moving into in the rhythm here. Again, starting things off with Press the Advantage for the extra attack range, and now in the rhythm to get those stacks together slowly but steadily. Slam build also for Impossible's Sonya as this starts to continue. We got the 13 stacks together for Mephisto. Top side. Yeah, nice pressure placed by Ragnaros as he pushes the wave in further, but Sonya is paying attention, and Theoden is ready to soak up all the globes. By now we also got the Eyes in the Dark in, and the first objective has been announced. We're talking about the bot lane. And that's of course going to be the first real test here. And I'm still looking towards Ragnaros and thinking about what we're seeing as the level 10 ability. Normally, this would be a Sulfura smash 100%, especially when you see Ragnaros played at the top level. But given that this is Division 4, and that they have no real stun setup outside of Jojo, I suppose, this might be a lava wave. So I'm going to keep our eye on that as the stacks are being taken. We're talking about an Arcane Punisher right here at first. And Greymane is already at it. Thane at the front needs to make sure that he keeps the boys alive and slows the opponent down. The engage is already going on as we speak. Top camp. Impossible hasn't taken their Shaman camp, so a little bit of an oversight from them. Should have set that probably up on lane, and the blue team did a very good job blocking this in early, and therefore the top lane gets pressured heavily at this point. So a little bit of a macro mistake here by the red team, but they're about to take down Tychus. Especially Mephisto does a ton of work, but there's the slam and the kill. Tychus is down as Sonya goes ham. Everybody else on the blue team is also incredibly low. The towers at the top, luckily for Impossible, also eliminated the Shaman camp, and here is the first objective. The Arcane Punisher push straight through the bottom of the map. On level 7 we get the Combat Tactician. A nice bait over the wall. You gotta love it. Even in Division 4, the teams are baiting the Punisher over the wall now. This is exactly what you need to see here. No mistakes being made here on the defense, and that's why the blue team has a shot of saving this fort. But there is still quite a lot of pressure. And thanks to all those arcane sentries, it's taking a ton of damage already. Now top side, Ragnaros and Sonya already at it. But they're gonna get it. Yep, there it is. The slicing and dicing of the arcane sentries is already done. Tychus has struggled a bit to get stacks together on his level 4, I might add. He's only sitting at 13. So nice opening for Impossible. They take the fort down at the bottom of the map with the first objective. Well played. We got the Desperate Prayer already in, and also the Induce Hibernation with Mephisto going into the Frost Storm, still stacking his level 1 a little bit further. With the level 7 talents, we're now on top of this also seeing Jojo going full Diablo 3 with a Steed Charge. That was always a good build. And Sonya is now trying to take the camp a bit later than usual. But again, as I said, normally you want to take this around the objective. So it was a bit of an oversight from Impossible to start things up with. They still did well on the objective. They didn't suffer too much damage here at the top, as you can see. The gate went down, but that's pretty much the extent of it. But if you want to improve something, then timing the Shaman camp properly around the objective would probably be the best thing to focus on for the time being. Not ignoring the macro. The camp gets taken, a little bit of a late slide here. So the Khaldor camp gets taken and now helps out. Greymane gets saved by Anduin. And Thane is already falling back. 2 camps on lane at this point. And Ragnaros rotated down. So now up at the top, this camp is pushing a little bit further. Ragnaros needs to deal with that. And they're starting to move up now, as we have level 10 abilities kicking in for Impossible in this first game of the best of 3 series. And we get Leap. Nice. Leap with the light bomb. And the Durance of Hate follow up too. There's some dirty comps that they can play with this one. And we have Sulfuras. Not even in Division 4 do we see the Lava Wave. Tim would be sad. Yeah. Not a Lava Wave moment. Nope, it's still... I mean, Lava Wave sucks. If we learned anything from HTC, as one famous commentator once said, Lava Wave just sucks. Here, on the other hand, the light bomb, the slide, the stun, nice setup, and of course, the damage is on as we're seeing Night Raven move back. They leap into the backline, and there's the kill against Jojo. But Mephisto died too. They're trying to focus on Ragnaros, and he's in trouble. That could be a kill, and they get him. Thane comes in, and May just freezes Ragnaros' ass. Ice beats fire, apparently. After all, 3 kills to 1. Impossible. They are going for it. They get the 2 kills during the battle. They lose Mephisto, but now they have potentially, again, a small lead heading into the next objective here. But there's some real combos that they can set up. The Durance of Fate is going to be ready once again. Tychus did a bit better in the last fight and now extended his stacks on level 4 to 42. We have 25 for Cassia, so the damage for her is also going to stack out. And in the meantime, we have 21,000 damage for Mephisto. Easy top damage for him. And again, the camp gets taken just around the objective by the blue team. They're doing a really, really good job with these little macro plays here. And it might keep Sonya at the top lane just a bit longer in an attempt to defend this. The rest of the team is already focusing on the shrine. Ragnaros, on the other hand, isn't here yet either. So he moved away too. Durance of Hate. Did not connect. A little bit too trigger happy here. For Mephisto, the ice wall, and they follow up on Mephisto. No protection there, no peel. Mephisto down. Nice exploitation of this small positional mistake by La Familia. Really well focused on what's happening here. And they didn't even have to use Odin in the fight. Now, Odin got used earlier though, so it wasn't even available. He was still on cooldown. But he would have probably been able to use it during the battle at one point or another. Now we still got Mephisto coming back, and it seems like they're focusing on the defense for now. Of course, it's time to bait the Punisher over the wall, and we'll see if they do that too. We saw a very good example of that happening earlier from the blue team. And already trying to take the minion wave down here. The level 13 talents are kicking in, and that's a slight advantage that makes it a bit easier for them. Gate is down anyways. They're still trying to bait here, and there it is. So the question is, can they save the fort? Because Frozen Punishers are quite strong on... Oh! What a flip on Lucio! That's the end of him. No chance. He gets leaped after the stun, and that is the end. Well played here. Fantastic follow-up by Theoden, and nicely done. Quick kill against the support, and that saves their fort for now. The blue teams try to recover, but look at the ice wall. Can they follow up on it? They're trying. Here comes the light bomb, the slide, and the kill against Cassia. Nicely done. Night Raven is on the run too. The bullet hits him hard, and the slam is there as well. Whoa. Impossible. Impossible with some really solid follow-ups there. I still need to defend this. But I still want to show that Lucio kill. I mean, check this one out. So Lucio, first of all, coming in here, and it really comes out of nowhere. Lucio thinks he's totally safe, sits at the front, all of a sudden, Endurance of Hate and everything, the leap on Sonya, and that's an easy kill against him. Without the support, there's just no chance for the blue team to make any big plays. They have to fall back, and they lose even 2 more heroes as they're attempting to take the camp. So that was insanely well done. That was actually pretty sexy. Oh, no! Ragnaros! Oh, the end! Can they follow up? Greyman! Oh my god, 1 more hit! Oh, the leap! Sonya comes in from the side and takes the kill. 7 kills to 2. Damn, the entire team here working incredibly well together. That was impressive. Now they called Sonya down and she was there immediately. Taking the camp, by the way, again outside of the objective. Highlighting that once more. We got 26 stacks for Jojo on her level 1, which is pretty solid, honestly. I mean, that's already 10% increased percent of healing. So 10%, you get another 4, and you're looking at 15%. So pretty solid setup for her. And a lot of self-sustain, of course, that makes it easier for Lucio to focus on the rest of the team. With level 16, we have also Anduin committing to his former level 20. But they are so far ahead right now. Not only is it a 5-kill difference, but you're also looking at a level 16 talent when the opponent is just about to hit level 15. So really, really nice setup here. Mephisto, he died twice. He's the only one that died so far on the side of Impossible. Maybe a bit too aggressive in his positioning, but still they're doing a fairly good job with the damage. That was a bit too aggressive though. The wall is out and so is the Endurance of Fate. They didn't get a lot out of it. This time the Sulfuras hits. They took the fort at the top and Ragnaros in the middle of the fight uses his trade, doesn't get interrupted. They couldn't do anything here anymore. And they're still losing Lucio. Greymane is also low and the kill against Mephisto. Rest of the team is on the run. Marco gets away. The heals. The lead. That triple leap! And Sonya is not only keeping the rest of the boys alive, but also nearly turns it against the blue team. But these leaps are absolutely on point. Damn, son. That leap nearly turned the fight around. If they had Mephisto still back in action or some of the other champs and heroes on more HP, they could have potentially killed someone there. Instead, we're seeing them focus on the objective again, and they are taking the early lead once more. La Familia, they're going straight for the camp at the top side again. Again, I like the play. I like that they're taking that camp. That's the right move. That's how you should play this. But of course, they are still trailing. They're still on the back foot. They want to get level 16, which they now did. And they can go into the battle, but they are not. They're already too far behind. It's 31 stacks. I think that the blue team should really focus their attention a little bit more on objective fights. This is now the 2nd or 3rd time already that they didn't have Odin for the battle. One of the reasons why they're not engaging here. But yeah, absolutely incredible. So here we go. They take it. Did he just use Endurance of Hate? Did he just ult? What? Someone just fat-fingered his ult, or for some reason thought that someone is in that bush, but that was... I was like, what? Okay, so, yeah. Mephisto just fat-fingered the R button a little bit. The rest of the team is still pushing through the bottom of the map now that both teams have level 16. The bait over the wall should happen once again from the blue team as they did previously. There it is, but the gate is already falling. So the entire thing is down. And the keep, it has to fall. But look, finally some value at the top thanks to the camp, as I pointed out earlier. In the meantime, there's Odin for the defense, but it looks a little bit too tricky. The end of the keep. And they're trying to go for the kill here, and they get it. Ragnaros is down, and they're following up with another ice wall. Misses barely. Could have been the end of Jojo. Another kill potentially. Sonya is again at it as usual. Leapt in deep, but they're low. And there's the kill against Mei. Mei down, the rest of the team slowly on the run. A double camp in the middle is starting to take the wall down. But of course, the top suffered. The fort has been eliminated. This is the value of a properly timed shaman camp. So this is exactly what they're doing here. And it works quite nicely. And yeah, that's the advantage that they're having in terms of the macro play at least. But we are still looking at level 19 against level 18. They're still at 1 level lead that we've been talking about already earlier. And structurally speaking, the blue team is obviously falling farther and farther behind, as Impossible is starting to edge closer towards level 20. Yeah, and Storm Talents would be a bit of a game changer too, of course. So there's another one in here. Well, with all of that said and done, let's take another look at the damage output. We got 68,000 for Mephisto, good for him. Died 3 times on the other hand, so that damage number comes at a price. 37,000 for Odin, top damage dealer for the blue team. And they could definitely take down the fort in the middle. They're fighting for this. Leap, oh, the wall, everything, and Jojo is dead. They're fighting tooth and nail for that camp. Sonya with the spin to win, but there's the kill against her. They're still trying to control the space a little bit better as they're trying to go for the backline kill against Cassia. And Cassia is about to go down. Lulcio, Ragnaros is dead. Everybody is just dying. Hussein gets dropped, so gets Cassia. Mephisto is dead too. The camp is taken already. Greymane jumps in, rips them apart, and they're trying to go for Lucio too. 5-man team wipe as the entire blue team suffers the wrath of Greymane, who just pops off in the battle and cleans house. What a setup again. Damn. And now the push through the top. They have the level 20 talents, of course. As you can see, Shatter has been taken. We got the inner fire as well for Anduin. And they're working on the wall. They should be able to at least take the wall down, maybe a little bit more. Jojo is back to business. But boy, what a fight. La Familia, they thought, guys, let's go for it. Let's try to force the fight before level 20 hits. Let's go for the battle, move in, take the camp away, and just defeat them in the choke point. And it just didn't work out for them. Now they're suffering the consequences, of course. Half the team is still dead. The top lane wall has been destroyed. The keep has even taken a bit of damage. The next objective is spawning topside as well. So if they lose it, that would be a bit of a disaster. And that's not the only problem that they're facing, because down at the bottom in the middle of the map, Impossible is trying to set up the macro here. We already have catapults accumulating here, and I really don't like what I'm seeing on the minimap. Everybody is moving towards the top. The blue team feels that they have to win this fight, and they're ignoring 4 catapults 16, 17 minutes into this game. We could see a Winion setup here. The catapults could decide it completely. Ice Wall is already in. The leap hitting 4. Oh my god. The leap, the slam, the light bomb. Sonya wants Cassia, but she dies first. Goes a little bit too deep here. The rest of the team not following up quickly enough. They went deep. 14 kills to 8, but the position has now been taken. This is still a problem though. Cassia is dead. It's a 4 versus 4. 4 catapults already on it. Ragnaros moved back to save the day, which means there's only 3 heroes left topside. And Impossible is trying to capitalize on the situation immediately. Moving in, and everybody is just pushed into a corner. Tychus is their only savior at this point, and he's gonna run out of Odin soon. Yeah, Mephisto is moving back. That's the end of Jojo. Greymane, he wants to go for it, of course, but he's low and he goes down. Mid lane gets attacked. The keep is in trouble. And we see Mephisto fall, but Tychus is not going to make it either. He gets taken down as well. Lulcio is the only one that is still here. What an insane setup. Ragnaros helps the team to get the objective, but it comes as a cost as the mid lane gets demolished and another keep is lost. Ragnaros moving down to the bottom to deal with it. Everybody else for the red team can now slowly come back into the game, bait the Punisher over and deal with the situation. As it stands, the blue team has lost all but a single keep on the map, and Impossible is easily starting to defend against the Punisher topside. Can do that easy peasy in front of the wall even. Everybody on the side of La Familia, of course, has to wait for Jojo and for Tychus to respawn. But holy hell. We are looking at 27 kills. 27 kills at this point. And yeah, that's rough. Now, the blue team does what they can. They're at least attempting to take all of the camps that are up on the map right now while the red team is defending. That's probably the best that they can get out of the situation. We got 67,000 damage for Tychus. If you're looking over to the top damage on the side of Impossible, they have 95,000 for Mephisto, meaning he's going to enter the 6-digit club in just a second. Greymane is at a solid 61k himself, which is pretty decent, of course, too. And it's all about the camps now. The next objective is, of course, going to be announced soon, TM2. We're going to keep our eye on that. But there's always the chance that catapults are reigning supreme now. I've seen this before, by the way. They're going for the wall again. The ice wall. There's the catch. Where's the leap? Where's the leap? Ah, they don't even need it. Jojo down. Sonya jumps in, and, well, the Sulfuras hits too. Sonya's on the run. Everybody's rather low at this point. Pathane needs to slide out. They're trying to go for him. May is the target, but Marco and his Anduin is paying attention, pulls him back out, and that puts them again into the driver's seat with a 5 versus 4 situation on the map. The next objective spawns at the bot side, and La Familia, they are in trouble and they know it. Tons of stacks, by the way, for Tychus. We're looking at 170 stacks at this point. So he has a highly increased duration on his In the Rhythm. The auto attack style that he's playing here with the sizzling attacks and with the entire focus, even with the combat tactician taken on level 7, is so far successful, but it's just not enough to break through the defense. To be fair, we have them doing a bit more damage in the last few team fights. That's true for Cassia, that's true for Tychus. But they're still struggling. And especially Jojo is just getting melted away. Greyman is YOLOing these bullets out like there's no tomorrow. And he's done a ton of damage. By now Jojo, with her Laws of Hope and the 40 stacks that she has, that's 20% of her max health that she can regenerate very, very quickly in these battles. But they're still trailing heavily in kills. And that's just the situation here. So, with that, we currently have still a chance for the blue team to maybe turn this around, but for that they really need to win a team fight big time. And so far we just haven't really seen that happening. They're inching a little bit closer here, but now the top side gets pressured. Bot side catapults are slowly coming into play here. They are quite aggressive given the situation. Yeah, apparently they're trying to pressure this keep. Need to be very careful since we already have a potential flank set up. But they are going... What? Ragnaros? Is he gonna try and defend this alone? They are sacrificing the keep? Hello, team? Que pasa? What's happening here? What just happened? They just sacrificed the keep? Did they think that they moved away? That's a freebie on the keep. Now you have nothing left anymore that can defend against the incoming catapults. And you have insane catapult pressure. That was a bit of a blank from the blue team. I'm not quite sure what exactly happened there, but apparently they assumed that Impossible was moving back and was not interested in pushing this anymore, and were hoping to defend the bot lane first, and that backfired heavily. Huge problem. So now it's potentially the last objective of the game, the leap, and the insta-kill against Cassia. Instantly down, the light bomb is in, the spin to win. Big shatter, big play by Hussein, and that is a kill. That's a double, that's a triple, ladies, and that is likely a wrap. We're gonna take another look at this one. Insane ice wall here. Check this one out. A beautiful catch on 3 heroes, and then the inevitable triple kill that followed. Only Ragnaros survives, and obviously not for long. They're going straight for the core. The red team with the lead in the best of 3 series here in Division 4 of Heroes Lounge.gg. Infernal Shrines, 32 kills in total. Absolute light. There we go. That's the end of game number 1 in this best of 3. Nicely played by Impossible as they are taking the 1-0 in the series.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, the fun continues. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the second map. Impossible has taken the lead on the last one. And boy, did we have a lot of kills. That was a pretty fun match there. A lot of turnarounds too, and these leaps on Sonya. I mean, damn son. Some of those hitting 3-4 heroes. So those were some of the most successful Sonya leaps that I've seen. But yep. We'll see what we're actually getting here now. The first thing that happens is Mephisto gets banned. Despite the fact that they killed him like 4 times, they just look at it and they're like, no, this isn't happening again. Get Mephisto out of this immediately. Anubarak gets banned again. Again, I suppose that a lot of the bans that you're seeing are just targeted bans. You know, you're not going to ban meta, you're more so looking at what does my opponent like to play. If you're playing in any kind of like league, tournament, you normally have a little bit of time to research your opponent, see what are preference picks that they have, and if you see, let's say that a team plays a lot of Anubarak, you ban Anubarak out. If they just have trouble dealing with Anubarak, might be another reason why they want to get rid of him. So that's oftentimes what comes into these decisions, so it's not straight up meta bans, but more so trying to do some research, realize what your opponent likes to play, what kind of style they're accustomed to, and then play around that. Yeah, and I talked a bit about Jojo already on the last map, and she is played here too. Now, this is of course another map where if you want to spec into Laws of Hope and you are really diligent about trying to get your globe talents, you can get a real nice amount of self-heal with the Laws of Hope here. And Thane picks it right away, so this time we're not seeing Mei at the front line. Ended the game with a fantastic shatter, I gotta say, hitting 3. And we get Uther and Tyrael. Okay, the Justice Squad is in. That will be interesting. Tyrael on in Division 4. Are we gonna see Judgment? Is there gonna be a follow-up? I mean, time will tell. It depends a bit on what kind of damage she does. They're picking around this now. But it's not a pick that I expected here. Now, we get Anduin again. Can totally understand that. Mako with a good performance on the hero on the last map. And Titulus with Junkrat. So, good for the poke. Good for interrupting the opponent's turn in potential. But that Tyrael there has me already guessing a little bit. What are we going to see from them? Leo gets banned out. Okay, they banned Vala too. So we're focusing on the side lane now. Yeah, I want to see what they are up to now. This is not really the opening that I expected. Sonya gets banned. If there's a Sanctification, but even just a Divine Shield for Sonya, she can do a whole lot here. So they ban the side lane out, which also means that they of course have to adjust too, so we don't see those leaps that we had in the last game any longer. But how is the blue team responding now? They were all the way on the defense in the first map, so they have to change their setup and their rhythm a little bit if they really want to take control of this. Establishing a bit of an experience lead here would of course go a long way with the first, maybe even second objective turned in. And we get Whitemane and Suljin! Alright! Now, technically, this could be Judgment into Guillotine. Just saying, just saying. But even a Sanctification setup would be kind of neat. It depends also a bit, of course, on what we are seeing on the last pick here. But, oh boy. Uther plus Whitemane plus Tyrael. So Tyrael side laning, I suppose? Sylvanas gets taken, and the Gas Lord. Oh my god, give him the clamps, baby. We have the Gaslo against Suljin matchup. Yeah, it's getting spicy here. Double support Tyrael with Suljin. And last but not least, before we're heading into game number 2 of the best of 3 series, the final pick for the blue team here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. But this definitely took a bit of a turn that I didn't necessarily expect here. So, oh boy. And the last pick is Gul'dan. More wave clear for them. Okay, more range damage, more wave clear. Guys, we're set. Game number 2, let's jump straight in. The lead for Impossible. Can La Familia bring it back? We're going to find out on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 2 in our series here in Division 4. We got Blood Edge on Tomb playing Gul'dan. Terno on Tyrael in game number 2. Firaza on Whitemane. Night Raven is playing Uther as his main tank at this point. And on top of that, we got Bronzebeard on Suljin. To the right side of the map, Impossible with Thane on Jojo this time, going on level 1 into the Zealous Glare instead of the Laws of Hope. We got Zubzars, aka Zubaza Otsora, on Sylvanas, and Titulus on Junkrat with Mako and Anduin again, and Theo on Gaslo. Going for the Lord here with the Rocket Boots on level 1. And it's time to shine. The Whitemane setup for the blue team. Riding on the doubloon here with Tyrael, who's very likely going to take onto the side lane, and a Drain build. Okay, so we're getting a bit of Drain going on with the Chaotic Energy as the level 1 talent for Gul'dan, not really focusing on the Echoed Corruption that we oftentimes see here. And of course, Gaslo is going to be the one going to the side lane for them for now. And we're expecting a rotation here in the mid lane to happen. Gul'dan on the side lane. Alright. Gul'dan against Gaslo, which puts this into a real interesting setup. So we got a double support. I mean, that's 2 supports plus the shields from Tyrael. And on top of that, you got Suljin. Now, if Suljin is able to stack his baseline, that might be dangerous. As it stands, I'm not so sure if they're going to give him the fights that he needs for that. We'll see. But level 10, we could really see that Judgment into Guillotine. Now, Tassingo is awesome, but if you have 2 supports already behind you, and you have a shields from Tyrael too, maybe it's a bit overkill going to pick Tassingo here, and you might just be better off to say, okay, we're going to try to go for an insta-kill, but of course you have Andon against you, who can with the trade ruin your plans a little bit at least. So, we'll see how it plays out for them, but at least for now they're trying to be aggressive in the 4-man at the top. Gul'dan has to be careful at the bottom of the map, though. There's already a bit of a rotation going on as Gazlo is occasionally making his way into the middle. Turn-ins are, of course, going to be insanely important now. Getting momentum in this game, on this map, could be everything for the two teams. And for now, we have the move straight in the mid lane. They're still rotating up. Gems are being grabbed by both of them. Pretty safe. Nobody really making any aggressive moves just yet. We're not seeing anyone trying to move through the middle here, through one of the turn-in points. But now, at least, we have the play for the first camp. And with that, they could try and push the mid lane. They have to send someone down here to the bottom to catch the experience. And the blue team is also starting to go for their own mercenary camp. Level 4 talents are kicking in for both. And they're missing a bit of experience here if they're not sending someone down. But Junkrat is already on the way, so it's not going to be a big problem. The Unstable Poison is in. The Drain build continues with the Health Funnel. Pursuit of Justice gets taken. And they also take the camp down at the bottom of the map. So they get the extra camp, they get the extra Siege Giants that they could now utilize to try and pressure the bottom wall a little bit and maybe open that up early so that the first Web Weaver wave that they get does a bit more work. And talking about Web Weavers, we have not a single gem turned in by either one of the teams. Both of them haven't done anything on that account yet. Another attempt to try and isolate someone with Junkrat's Mine. Didn't really work out for him yet. The camp at the bottom of the map is getting defeated by Gul'dan as we speak. And they're still hoping to accomplish a bit more here in the middle. Yeah, it's a lot safer what they're doing in the early game here. We're not seeing a lot of aggression between the two. Gazlo is, of course, starting to set up the bot lane slowly but steadily. And all the way at the top. Yeah, they're pushing this one out as well. But finally, a couple of gems turn in. So currently, it seems like the blue team is a bit more forcing the first Web Weaver wave, trying to secure some of their gems. Something that Hossein should probably do soon too, considering that he's sitting at 27 and is going to hit the 30 in just a moment. So you want to deliver that as quickly as possible. And there it is. The attempt to deliver and no interrupt. So gems secured. Good for them. That's 44 gems already turned in, which means they're incredibly close to getting the first Web Weaver wave of the game. And they're already trying to secure it right here. And that leads to the opportunity to maybe get some damage out against Tyrael in particular. Jojo has to fall back. Gazlo is moving in too. Gul'dan was also tempted to move straight back into the middle to help the teammates out. But now it's the interrupts of Junkrat that we're looking at. And Night Raven is delivering the 10. So that puts them nearly on par with Impossible. Both of the teams trying to go for it. Level 7 talents are kicking in now. Jojo is going for the conviction here, for the engage. And Gul'dan, yeah, Curse of Exhaustion. I mean, some people pretend that he sucks these days, but he's putting it to a different level right now. So yeah, going straight in for one drain after another. Also, level 7 adjustments with the Guardian of Ancient Kings is taken here. Bronzebeard, 8 gems, and that's it. Oh, the interrupt on literally the last frame. They interrupt the turn in, they're setting up with the turrets, and now it is the red team that has a chance here. But they get interrupted too. The turrets, on the other hand, they're already dishing out some damage, and with the additional poke, they're pushing them back even further. But Gazlo didn't pay attention. Yeah, did not pay any attention at the bottom of the map, and therefore Gul'dan could turn in. And that's exactly what they needed. So, with that, we have the first Web Weaver wave for the blue team. Red team will have to defend here. Not a single kill in this game yet. We're 5 minutes in, not a single kill thus far. Gazlo already on play down at the bottom. In the middle, they're ignoring it for now. They're moving a bit more aggressively topside as the entire 4-man is trying to help out here. But this is not looking too bad for the team in blue. Yeah, stacks coming together for Suljin. He's sitting at 7 on the baseline. Once he hits 15, he's going to get the increased range on the auto attacks, which is going to be really helpful too. Slight leading experience already. They're trying to burn this down as quickly as they can. In the meantime, the mid lane gets also attacked, and down at the bottom of the map, Gazlo is having problems. 13 gems, doesn't want to lose that, but is really struggling to defend against the Web Weaver that has been killed, at least at the top. They're moving into the middle. The entire wall has been taken down, and Gul'dan is the one that dies, but so does Gazlo. They are killing each other down here. Gul'dan dies, and then so does Gazlo. A few more gems lost, of course, for Impossible, since Gazlo hadn't turned in yet. But they saved the fort, I suppose. So they didn't lose any major structures. And as you can tell, we have still level 10 abilities kicking in for both of them. roughly at around the same time. So there's no real lead in experience now for the blue team. Sylvanas is trying to get the bottom siege giants. And that's the moment of true judgment. There it is. No guillotine, though. Really? Nah, I'm a little bit disappointed. I mean, come on, guys. No guillotine? Ah, come on. You go judgment, you have to go with the guillotine. Again, don't get me wrong. I personally think that Testingo is way better. But if you're already going for this setup, I mean, go all the way, baby. Judgment and the follow-up for the insta-kills. On top of that, we now have the Divine Reckoning. We also see the Divine Storm, whereas Gazlo is going for the Gravel Bomb, and we're getting the Rocket Ride. They could go for a nasty combo. A good blessed shield setup with some nice stuns, a Gravel Bomb behind it, maybe even set up with a Light Bomb, and then a simple move with the Rocket Ride could really do tons and tons of damage. So we'll see if they can set that up. It's definitely going to require quite a bit of coordination to make it happen. By the way, well, there it is, maybe. Where's the bomb? There, and no Rocket Ride, no. Lost opportunity, but Uther still nearly fell in the fight. Now, the one thing that I also want to point out is that we're talking about stacking on the baseline of Suljin the entire time, but let's not forget that he also committed to the Arcanite axis. Once he has the 30 stacks on the baseline, he's going to get the double swing. He's already sitting at 29. So the damage output of Suljin in the late game could be pretty incredible. Yeah, we're still seeing the Horrify. Sylvanas, the stun and the kill. First blood was already a while ago, but that was also a nice one. And there it is, the Rocket Ride. Whitemane is down, but so is Jojo. Gems are lost, structures are suffering. The mid lane fort is still in trouble, and another big wave could mean the end of the fort here. It's falling indeed. Nicely done by Impossible. Let's not forget that La Familia is now ahead in kills. So we got a fun one on our hands. The problem is still that there's a lot of gems that were lost by Impossible. I mean, look at the amount of gems that both teams have. Both had one Web Weaver wave, and these guys still have a full turn-in, whereas we only have 14 gems for the red team, and that's a problem. That is a big problem. The interrupt against Night Raven was solid. Jojo is coming back, but the situation is still a little bit dicey for Impossible, as they are now a bit on the back foot. They did a fair amount of damage. They took the fort down, so structurally they're ahead. In experience, they're still on the same level, but they don't have as many gems as the opponent. And that's 29, easily turn in since nobody's guarding the top turn-in point. Level 13 talents are now ready for both of the teams. Suljin is, of course, starting to really ramp the damage up too. And yeah, that could... Suljin could be nasty as the game continues. He's at 13 stacks. And 34 on the level 7. So he's only 2 stacks away on the baseline to get the increased range, which makes his plays safer and also easier to stack. Oh, Judgment against Junkrat, Andrew with a pull and the Rocket Ride. They try to go for a bit of damage against Uther and they nearly drop him. Yeah, Rocket Ride is insane. It can do so much damage in these situations. If you properly set that up, you can really do some work. But now we have another turn-in for the blue team, so they get the Web Weavers. The fight was nice and all, but they didn't get a kill, and in the meantime, Gul'dan said, okay guys, if you just ignore me, I will take that opportunity. I will move down to the bottom turn-in point and simply deliver the final gems that we need to lock in the second Web Weaver wave. So now there will be structures that are falling. The bot lane in particular is going to be in trouble. I guess at in the mid lane they can burn this one down easy peasy. I mean, just look at this, it melts away. They're melting that spider. But the top lane, and especially the bot lane, that's a different story. Gazlo has more or less no chance of saving this. That fort is gonna fall. It's more a question of what happens topside. What are they gonna do here? Can they take the entire thing? I doubt it, honestly. But if they get a kill, if they can isolate somebody, if maybe Tyrael can make a play here, there's a chance. And as the bottom fort falls, it allows Gul'dan to move towards the top and try to turn this into a 5 versus 4. He's already working on the mid lane. They're saving all of these forts for now, but there's of course also... Gul'dan! Hello, team! That should be a kill! And there it is! The kill is in, the light bomb, and they want another one. They go for Whitemane, and bam! Bullseye, baby! Oh, yeah! They get the kill, they get the double. Tyrael is dead too. 3 kills in total. Gul'dan gets caught as he doesn't pay attention to the rotation. He's a bit too slow to react. And now there's another upturn in potential. But look at this one. I mean, they moved in the big hit. I mean, full-on bullseye on Whitemane as they're going for the move after Gul'dan died initially. And then Tyrael gets attacked and, of course, bites the dust as well. Now they have a level 16 and they are closing in on the next turn in, which would result very likely in a top fort falling. 33,000 damage for Junkrat. Easily the top damage in the game at this point. Working on the bot lane. The Web Weavers, they're coming down for sure now. And, of course, Sylvanas is already attempting to take the camp here. They gotta hurry a little bit, but the rest of the team is, of course, helping out now. Sylvanas will have to tap the fountain. Well, actually, no. Full-on heal from Anduin. And Web Weavers are coming through. I mean, this is a nasty one. Siege Giants at the bottom of the map. In the middle, they have the Bruiser camp. The Web Weavers are moving in. The top side is in trouble. They're trying to take this one down too, of course. So, it will be dicey. There's a lot of stacks also for Zul'jin, but they're taking the camp down. And that lane is going to push in and of itself. But at the top, you can kiss that fort goodbye. There's absolutely no way. They're committing with 5 heroes to this one. And they have Sylvanas. So now you're pushing even further. And this might not only be a fort that falls here. If they can push this through the wall, that keep is under pressure too. Especially since someone still has to move into the middle, because this one is going to hurt as well. Look at this. This is going to melt the entire lane away. And Gul'dan has just now barely defeated the Web Weaver down at the bottom of the map. Top side, the pressure is on Tyrael as he gets pushed back. Gul'dan is trying to save the middle. The gate is already gone. So he needs to deal with that, and everybody else is up at the top. Over here, as you can see, big damage being done. That keep is already eating damage as we speak. It's not gonna fall, but it will fall very low. I mean, that's already 50% of the HP gone. Easily. So, that's a good spot for the red team to be in now. They're still trailing in gems. And, yep, they're guarding on the boss. Making sure that nobody jumps on this. And I like the rotation down to the bottom too. With Sylvanas, they have a solid chance of, if not taking it down, then at least deliver a lot of damage. And yeah, should probably fall back at some point here. Not really force the fight right underneath it. But as it stands, they might just have enough. There's the blessed shield. They're going for the engage. The bomb! Oh my god, where's the rocket right when you need it? No! Can you imagine the hit here? Everybody stacked in one position and Junkrat was looking at it and just said, nope. Just didn't care about it. Just didn't care. Wow. That could have been such an insane setup. It was beautiful. The initial lead from Athane with his blessed shield and then the fallout from Gazlo. And we are just missing the rocket right. That could have been such an insane giga kill for them. But they just didn't get it. 24 stacks for Zul'jin. Again, he's inching closer and closer to the 30. That would allow him to get the double swing to stack his Arcanite Axis a little bit quicker. At the same time, of course, as you can see, 3 kills to 5. There's still a lead in experience for them too. And yeah, we gotta have a look at our boy Junkrat. What's going on here? Titleus, my friend, you need to be a little bit more on point. Team needs to call it out. It was maybe a little bit too far away here, but that was a golden opportunity, my friend. Gotta go for that again. Now, level 20 would become a problem for the blue team if they allow the game to continue at this pace. They still have the turn-in opportunity, so if they make that happen, there's a chance that they take some of the forts down. They lost every single one of theirs. They don't have anything there anymore. And the red team doesn't seem to be afraid of fighting here. They're already setting things up with the turrets slowly. But it's also a little bit of a choke point position, of course. You gotta be careful around that. Nice. Sort of Justice coming in time and time again. And then Junkrat reacting to it, as you can see. But there's the turn-in. And the blue team with their potential ticket back into the game. Right here, right now. So that's the opportunity to bring it back. Close the experience gap. Get some kills. And maybe take the lead. Because they are still having a problem since they are an entire level behind. And once level 20 hits, that Storm level advantage for Impossible might allow them to go for a 2-0 victory here. Or they push straight into the middle. Taking the first one on. It's a trap! The Admiral Akbar moment! The Horrify! Everything on Anduin! Marco gets out! They can't get the kill that quickly. They just missed the opportunity, but they get the setup against the rest of the team. Junkrat down. The kill potential against Tyrael already denied. Gul'dan, they are wrecking them completely. Suljin firing away, and they are all dying. The gems are being lost. A disaster as Jojo falls. All the gems are gone. The web weavers are doing the damage. 4 heroes down, and this is exactly what the blue team needed to do. They needed to come in hard on this one, and they delivered. They are taking the lead soon, TM in experience. They have the level 20. They closed the gap. They took the forts down. They got the kills they needed. That's the comeback right here, right now. The stacks are in for Suljin. Is sitting at 30 stacks. The level 20. The Tastingo gets upgraded immediately. They're pushing through the bottom of the map now too. Absolute disaster for Impossible. That fight backfired so hard against them. We get the demonic circle. We get the redemption. The Amani resilience is in 42,000, and they're already demolishing that keep. Yes, Sylvanas does the only thing she can do. She stays as far away as possible from Tyrael, so there can't be a follow-up kill. But that one turned quickly. Beautiful execution from La Familia. They set up a bit of a trap. Impossible moved out way too far without knowing about the opponent's position. Tried to defend the web weavers, got flanked, saved Anduin for a moment, but everybody got put into a corner and they just got executed. Nicely done here. And of course a huge role played also the Holy Ground. Holy Ground here cut them off even further, and just nothing came together here. So now it's 20 against 20. The bottom keep has fallen. Impossible. It still can turn this again, but it's now an even fight. Now it's an even fight, and at the same time we have, of course... Ooh. That flip! What? Junkrat, you're letting me down this game. I don't know what to tell you, but your timings on the rocket ride are a little bit weird. And it was a really, really nice flip here from Anduin and a good save, but the rocket ride that followed it was a little bit monka. What? So, I don't know about that timing. Someone fat-fingered hard. Junkrat has a bit of a delay here, I think. Now, as it stands, that's the situation. Now Rocket Ride would be useful. Now Rocket Ride would be useful. And they can't get the kill. Freaking Whitemane saving everybody here. Big stun and the kill against Gazlo. Oh boy, they are in trouble. Impossible, everybody. Yeah. Now they're in real trouble because there's another web weaver wave coming. La Familia. They could even go boss here. And they are going boss. If they time the boss with the web weavers, then this is most likely going to be lights out. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Now over here, yep, everybody's still alive. The double support so far worked out nicely. But boy, they had such a big lead. They had such an incredible lead. That, by the way, is not going to help Gul'dan at all if it comes to that. But now the boss is being taken, and Gul'dan, you guessed it already, he's turning in. They're delivering the gems. Not all of them just yet. They should probably time it a little bit better and not cap it right away, but they're doing it. But as the boss moves through, they will still get the web weavers. Might not end the game now that they're not timing it properly together, but it still is going to do an enormous amount of damage. And very likely we're going to see another keep fall. I would be surprised if they can save all of them. It's not impossible, but I would be surprised. Now, mid lane is not going to be a problem anytime soon because, again, this is getting pushed back hard. Bot lane is going to go towards the core. There's nothing to lose there. It's all about the top lane. It's all about the top lane at this point. And the web weaver is coming in. The Horrify is there. Good save from Anduin again. There's the rocket ride. Oh, that's a kill. That's a kill. That's a kill. Whitemane is down. That's a chance to save the day. Good damage from Gul'dan regardless, though. And there's the ult, the stun, the follow-up. And Gul'dan is dead. Tyrael is down to what the hell? What the hell? The Amani resilience. Oh, it's saving Suljin. Their keep is going down. They have to defend here, but boy, 8 kills to 8. They made it happen. 3 heroes dead. The initial drop on Whitemane was so important here. But of course, the question remains, can they somehow bring this back now? What are their options at this point? God, what a back and forth the entire time. I love this. Great series here. Fantastic. 73,000 damage from Junkrat. despite his R button problems that he has there. 61,000 for Suljin as he's stacking further and further. They have 54 gems that they can turn in. They're very close to another Web Weaver wave. But even if they get it right now, look at the minimap. Look at where all these waves are. They are so far pushed out that if you get the Web Weavers now, the only thing that you accomplish is that you push the lanes out a little bit. You're not going to be able to do any damage. They need to clear these lanes a bit first. They should maybe not turn in right away, because what would it really do for you? If you just want to go through the middle and take the keep down, that's a bit of a different story. But especially the top lane is something that I'm a bit worried about, with 2 catapults already here. Bot lane, similar picture. They need to take these down. Yeah, there's the red Web Weavers. Alright, Sylvanas jumps out. That was a good one. That Horrify, oh my god, if that hits, then that is a totally different situation. But look at this. Web Weavers are going to spawn literally here. Here and here. That doesn't really help you. So it's the mid lane that you're talking about. Catapults are taken down. That's important. Should maybe do the same with the top. But if you spend too much time there, then your mid lane doesn't do any damage either. So they have to fall towards the middle. So instead, they're letting the Web Weaver push out the top catapults, and they're focusing on the fight in the mid lane. They need a teamfight victory. There's no other way. Impossible. They need a teamfight, and they need a win. Time is working against them. Mid lane is the one where they can take a keep. Top lane, the catapults are eventually going to take down the Web Weavers. So this is all about creating a little bit more space for them. But in the middle of the map, they can take down the keep. And they're going to try to do it right here, right now. With Sylvanas, it should be possible. Now they're going for it. 8 kills to 8. It's all about the kills right now. Who's locking it in? Web Weavers nearly down. There's the light bomb engage. Gul'dan in trouble. And he's alive. He's still alive. The big play. Where's the rocket ride? No. Junkrat, go. Oh, the kill against Anduin. He's dead. The rocket ride not successful. Anduin, he knelt down in prayer, but he still got dropped. Bot lane, yes, it did some damage and pushed the lane out. Sylvanas is dealing with the top, but Anduin is gone for another 50 seconds. The boss down for another minute, so that's not going to be a problem for them. Not enough gems in the hands of the blue team either to make any big plays, but this is obviously going to be the focus, and they're already on their way. They're on their way, and Hethane sees it. He sees it. He knows. Jojo's rushing away. They're trying to take the camp, and they're able to get it. The Horrify mistimed just a bit. They take the camp, and that was clutch. Look at Suljin, by the way. He's sitting at 52 on his baseline. 52 on the auto attack, and 83 on the Arcanite axis on level 7. He's really starting to get the damage done here. And that is starting to become a problem. That, by the way, yeah, already locked in. That's a bit of extra damage, but keep in mind we're 24 minutes into the game. This hurts. Now, the catapult is obviously taken down, but still, that's a fair amount of hit points that were lost at the keep now. So if there's at any point a play through the top lane, it will result in the structure being eliminated. Anduin is back. 5 versus 5. 5 versus 5, everyone. Changwed has 90,000 damage. Oh, the short distance. He's going for it. And the gas lord setup. The gas lord. Give him the clamps. Suljin is down. Didn't have a second to react and use his ult. And now they're focusing on Tyrael. Here's the opportunity. Here's the moment. But the boss is up too. They could go for boss play. It's a 5 versus 4. They could go for the boss play. Oh, it's not enough to take Tyrael down. How do they react? Do they go for the boss? Suljin is the main damage dealer. He's gone. That's your chance right here, right now. Take the wall down, give him the clams, go for boss. Already the entrance secured. The blue team, they know what's up. They have Horrify. They have Horrify, but without Suljin, is this even possible without him? I don't think so. Without Suljin, it's just such a gamble. And they let it slide. They let it pass. The boss 25 minutes into the game. They're going to get it. They're going to get the boss. And this thing is going to murder. It's absolutely going to murder and destroy. 9 kills to 9. Exactly. I just said that. 23 to 24 the levels, and here comes the push. This could be the push for game. This guy is a monster. That boss is gonna move through the top lane like hot butter through cheese. That keep doesn't stand a chance. And Suljin, can he somehow deliver the damage? Look at this. It just melts away. No chance here. This, on the other hand, oh my fucking god! Guys, that's way too many catapults! Oh my god, the Winions on the other side, that could be an issue. They make it to the core, but the boss gets attacked too. Here it is, they're making the play. They need to go for game. The core is already taking damage, but that's true for both sides. The shield is gonna fall in suit here, but it's falling a little bit fast over here. Tyrael down, Uther is down too. They're going for it, and this has to be game. This needs to be a win. Right-click the shit out of it, but look at this. The core down to 59, but it falls faster on the left side. That's game. A 2-1, 2-0 rep for impossible.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.